Okay, excuse the hair. My hair gets like this when it's short, but I look like Guile. But I was making this quick video because I was trying to get the new Neo Geo emulator working on the Miyoo Mini. And let me tell you, I was a little bit flabbergasted, but I ain't gonna let anything stop me, so I gave it the good old college try. So I was going through the Onion OS changelog, and I wanted to go through everything. Every little thing they added there, I wanted to check it out and try it out and see how it works. I learned some things that I didn't know before, but the new Neo Geo emulator is GnGeo. If you look at this page here, it made it look like it was very easy to get working, and that was not the case. I ran into a couple problems. For starters, this ROM set didn't seem to work with any of the emulators. I don't know if I downloaded something corrupted. It could be user error. Like I don't know what I'm doing right here. So anyone can chime in and let me know if I did anything wrong. But I tried the ROM sets, wouldn't work with either emulator. I tried this one. This one worked. This one worked with the standard one included with Onion OS, but the new one, the GnGeo emulator, did not run. So I tried everything, and I ran into a couple of issues. For starters, the ROM folder isn't Neo Geo, and you can't use zip files. Again, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, fellas, but let me just open up my Onion OS file here, and if you go into the emulator, oh, it's in apps and expert. So if you take a look at the config file, the ROMs folder is actually GnGeo. It creates it for you. So the documentation was either not up to date or something wasn't up to date here. So I tried putting the ROMs in there, it would not run. And then so I clicked on the link here. And I read through this. Now I'm not entirely sure if you need GNO files, but I was thinking maybe that's the only thing that runs on the emulator. So here started the long process of me trying to get GNO files. So okay, so you download the file here. It's a Linux file. It doesn't run on Windows. Now I was trying to be lazy, and I remember using Sigewin back in my college days, and I was like, why don't I give that a go? And that thing tells you that it will not run native Linux apps. So I was like, well, I guess I have to get Linux working on Windows. You know, I don't want to do a VM, whatever. And apparently there's a way to do it. It's the WSL. So it's, I think, essentially creating a virtual machine, and it installs Ubuntu by default. So I got that running. Let me just show my laptop here. My God, I'm working on multiple devices. So if you can see the terminal here, I've been doing so many things. So I had to install WSL, and then install Ubuntu, and then you restart your computer, and then it'll finish installing Ubuntu. Now I had to figure out a way to get the files into the directory. I could have just, you know, used Windows Explorer and copied files there, but I was dumb. And so what I did was I installed Firefox, you know, sudo apt-get whatever Firefox. And so I downloaded the files. I had to navigate to the directory, download the ROMs as well from that Ghost set right here, the Neo Geo ROM collection by Ghostware. Don't go to this one, by the way, because you have to use two sites. The Mega site, if you try to download it, it'll say, oh, file capacity reached, and then you have to pay them to get the rest of the files. So go to MediaFire and then download each individual part, 200 megabyte zip. It was super annoying. This one was a lot better. You'd have to download each game individually or use a torrent, but I just downloaded like 4 games just to check it out. Anyways, I downloaded the files using Firefox, and then I was like, man, this is not working. So there's a lot of stuff I had to do. I tried to get Neo Geo running, and it gave me an error. Let me see if I can look it up here. Oh my God, there's just too much stuff here. It gave me an error that the share library or whatnot was missing. Right here. So it's libstl 1.2.so.0, and I was like, what does this even mean? I think it was trying to look for a library, but it wasn't there. Anyways, this worked for me. I had to use apt update and an apt reinstall. So sudo apt get update, sudo apt get install, reinstall libstl1.2 Debian, and that worked for me. So I didn't have to do anything else. And then now it would run, and then I converted the files, the ROM files, into .gno files, and then I copied that out of the WSL directory onto my Windows desktop and dragged it to my SD card, and that will run. So let me just show that off now. Alright, so I'm going to show off it running on the Miyoo now, and you have to go install GnGeo on the expert side, and then go into the expert apps and load it here. For some weird reason, it wouldn't read the regular zip files, and not every game works perfectly fine, so I'll show off the ones with problems. Kingdom Fighters 2K has no sound when you're in the game. I don't know why. And I can show the FPS. Okay. Again, I haven't really played these games, so I don't know how to play it. Just showing that it works. You can use the default GnGeo emulator. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go load a different game. So Fatal Fury 3 doesn't work. Again, I haven't tried a lot of games. These are just 3 that I downloaded. Converting them took forever. And then we'll try Metal Slug 3, which works fine. I was actually playing this for like an hour. I got distracted. I actually got hooked on playing this game. Okay. Sound works on this. Okay, I'll show the FPS. This game is fun. Okay, that's enough. I got a save state here. The hotkeys are different. The controls are different. So it doesn't have the advantages of RetroArch either, so it might not be ideal for a lot of people, but supposedly performance is supposed to be a lot better. I don't know because I haven't tried the standard app, so I might go do that. Alright, just let me know if I'm doing something wrong here, fellas, because I feel like this is a lot of steps to get games working on this emulator, and I feel like it shouldn't be this hard. But yeah, so I had to basically install Ubuntu and run that on a VM on Windows to convert the ROM files into .gno files. Again, looking at the official documentation, it says that zip files work, but they weren't working for me when I installed the app on my Miyoo on Onion OS. I am running the latest 4.3.0, the stable version, not the release candidate. And yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna make a full video on Onion OS, and I'm just still going through everything. My God, yeah, it's taking a lot of time to go through everything because I want to go through everything they added and make sure I at least try it and check it out and see if it runs properly, or like, if there's any nuances or things to take note of. So when I make the video, it actually helps people. Man, I spent a lot of time just getting GnGeo working. The next thing I'll do is I'll dive into the source code and see if there's anything I'm doing wrong, because that'll be the biggest tip. I know enough coding to use Stack Overflow and figure stuff out. That's gonna be. I'll catch you guys next time.